Good morning. So as promised, I am actually, okay, so a little bit not as promised. I'm going live about 5 minutes earlier. We were supposed to go live at 11. However, I just have a tarot reading at noon that just sprung up. And so I want to make sure I get you all the information and then I'm fully present for that tarot reading that I have coming up. So a couple of questions or couple of answers really. Somebody asked me earlier, is my sun sign different from my moon sign? And yes, absolutely. They mean two different things. They can be two different zodiacs, but they can also be the same zodiac. So a little insight, our sun sign, which is what we typically all know. So you know, or when you're going and reading a horoscope, which is totally bogus information, by the way. But when you go and you're like flipping through the newspaper and you want to check out your horoscope, you typically already know what you're going to be looking at. So that is where the sun was on the day that you were born. So for me, example, I was born February 6th. My sun sign is Aquarius. Now my moon sign is Leo. So that's where the moon was on the day that I was born. The sun was in Aquarius, the moon was in Leo. So that's my personal birth or natal chart. So what's the difference between the two? The sun sign is the conscious personality. So it's what we actively choose to put out there into the world. And it's usually how your family and your friends would describe you to me if I was going to ask them or interview them. Hey, can you tell me about, this amazing sister in my tribe? They would probably use words that are very similar to what is in that sun sign. So for example, I shared I'm an Aquarius. So people do tend to view me as someone who's a little eccentric, a little quirky. I'm definitely an out of the box thinker, and a lot of my family and friends would say that about me. I have a deep passion for humanity. However, I struggle with humans. So that's a very Aquarius, a very Aquarian type personality or sun sign. Moon signs. So moon signs are our unconscious personality. So what we're not really choosing to put out there into the world, but people still see. It's still who we are. Our moon sign is how we emote. It's how our emotions flare out and impact not only ourselves, but even others at times. Usually through a moon sign, we can start to identify our triggers, our core beliefs, and all of that other stuff that kind of lies beneath the surface. So I am, like I mentioned, I'm an Aquarian sun, Leo moon. My emotions are big. They are flashy. And when I erupt, you better run for cover. So be forewarned. So why do you want this information? Or what can you do with your moon sign information? It helps us to understand what is below the surface. Because sometimes we're aware of our conscious personality. We are choosing to be the flashy, quirky, eccentric Aquarian. But my emotional side, I don't have as much control of. It's not so much of a conscious decision. I don't choose to erupt. That's just kind of what happens. And so by knowing that, and also by looking at your moon sign, you can start to see what triggers you. So for example, Leos are very much family builders. They are deeply loyal to family connection. And so, and this is a lot of people. So, there are other things, and I'll go over that contribute to your moon sign. If somebody were to say or go after or upset a family member of mine, those are things that typically will bring my raging lion, so to speak, to the surface. So that is the difference between the sun and the moon sign. Now, to access your moon sign, what you can do, there are tons of programs, but I would love to just kind of take that off of you and share your moon sign with you. So all you need to do is either private message me. If you're comfortable, you can drop it in the comments. But all I need is your birthday, your birth time, to the minute, pretty much, and then where you were born. And from there, I will private message you, or if you post publicly, I can message, or I will publicly comment with your moon sign. So today we are going over Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, and we are starting in a different direction than what the typical zodiac goes. And that's only because I kind of want to even the score. And also that's kind of my Aquarian out of the box thinking, and Aquarians very much believe in fairness. So I feel like Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces all have to wait. All other 9 signs get their information, and then it's like the final 3. So I am going backwards because I'm a little bit of a rule breaker. I do follow that Aquarian suit. So launching off with Capricorn. Capricorn, keywords for Capricorn as a moon sign are smart, sexy, ambitious, independent, realistic, and my personal favorite for Capricorn, gritty. So Capricorn moon, they are determined women. They can, however, take that determination and take it a step too far and almost become a workaholic. And so the one thing to know is that expresses, or that workaholic side comes out when they're trying to suppress emotion. So when they're trying to not feel, they kind of numb it out by working. And they're typically extremely passionate about their career or about their job. So that also leads to a level of rigidity. So they block out certain emotions by distracting themselves and even distracting others. So rather than, if somebody were to say, how is this making you feel? They would then kind of distract even the other person and say, do you want to hear about what I'm working on? Or oh, I forgot to tell you, I just started this new job and I'm so pumped about it. So the Capricorn moon means business. Nobody is putting these girls in a corner. They are deeply independent and they don't want anybody to dim that down. So in relationships, they tend to be a little bit more apprehensive and a little bit more conscious of if somebody's trying to claim their power or take their power from them. Now, something interesting about, and this kind of plays with that moon and sun sign, Capricorn is seen as the father of the zodiac. It has that strong and steady, stay the course personality. Being the moon is our feminine power. So it's a feminine, it's viewed as female, one of the 2 female bodies in the sky, the moon and Venus. So the femininity of the moon pulls out a more maternal side of the very fatherly Capricorn. So to nurture your Capricorn moon sign, if that's where you are, you want to really engage in self-care and a deep acceptance of all sides of you. So allowing yourself to feel all the feels. Self-care, time out, consistent engagement in hobbies will also serve you. Things that will, or other moon signs that will align with you, that'll actually heighten that those emotional relationships. So other earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you work really well with them because they have the similar belief system of strong and steady wins the race. Keep on going. Work fuels you. You are, you're earthy, you're grounded. Ones that will keep you moving or keep you kind of in the ebbs and flow and help you resist that hunker down are the water signs. So Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancers. And so one of the things I did today was for each moon sign, I pulled 1 card, something to work on. And I actually have my cards right out of hand's reach. So hold on. Hello again. So for Capricorn, your card for this month, this is Capricorn moon, is the 10 of Pentacles. So this is a beautiful card. I highly recommend looking for a clearer image of it on Google. But this 10 of Pentacles is encouraging you to witness all of your success. Don't wage your ambitions and your goals purely on work, purely on finances. Actually take a look and you'll notice. So this card is full of life and joy. There's children, there's romance, there's pets, there's, being in in the wise person state, there are strong structures. There are lots of those abundant pentacles in that card. The number 10 is also a perfectly balanced number. So the 1 and the 0, it's an active conversation. 1 is being the masculine energy, and 0 is the feminine energy. And I think this might make me a little bit of a dirty thinker, but the way I remember that, 1 is very phallic, very masculine. 0 is very female, genital looking. So that is my dirty mind coming out, but that is how I remember the feminine versus the masculine in the 1 and the 0. And then 10 is that perfectly well-rounded number that, you know, is just a lot of very exciting when you see it in a tarot deck or a tarot pull. So that was Capricorn Moon. Any questions? Drop them in the comments and I will get to them. Moving to an Aquarius Moon. So like I said, my sun sign is Aquarius, but that is not my moon sign. An Aquarius Moon is very similar. So if you're hearing these and think that really resonates, it could be because either your sun sign or rising sign is one of these signs. So they're similar but different depending on where you see them. But anyway, that heavy breathing is my boy Rock. He's now moving away. But anyway, so Aquarius, some keywords: friendly, open-minded, deeply accepting, visionary, and also pretty much a free spirit. So Aquarius, like I said, they're very open-minded. They're extremely approachable in terms of emotion. They receive, they hear. Very much caught in their head. So Aquarius is the water bearer, which sometimes makes people think that it is a water sign, but it's actually an air sign, which is very much our intellectual, rational thinking. Eccentric, brilliant. They like to stir the pot. So emotionally, they almost get a little bit of a thrill when they're going against the grain. Aquarian moons and suns, PS, they need a lot of space. You can't box them in. And so different than you can't put Capricorn in a box, you can't put Capricorn Moon in a box because they're too strong for that. You're not going to limit their independence. Aquarius Moon, you can't put in a box because they need the space to think. They place a huge emphasis on friendship. So friendship is what drives Aquarius, and it can be the friends you choose, the friends or family that you're birthed into. There is a lot of emphasis emotionally on fairness and being equal for Aquarius. They just want things to be fair. And then, like I mentioned, very similar. They want to not be placed in a box because they enjoy their freedom. So romantic partnerships, friendships, they can't be limiting. It can't be with someone that is telling you you have to think this. They also can't be with someone that's needy, like I need you, and you know somebody who wants to always be with this Aquarius Moon. It's just not going to work. So relationships that really serve an Aquarius Moon, the other air signs, Gemini and Libra, as well as that Aquarius, because they're all functioning on that intellectual and rational thinking type wavelength. Fire signs are also excellent for an Aquarius Moon because that fire really pokes at, stirs, and just builds that Aquarian Moon. So Aquarians can nurture themselves with movement. And that's the same for a lot of these air signs. So rather than letting them get stuck in their head, you want to move your body to physically come into your presence, to stand your ground. Your card was the High Priestess, one of my favorite cards. And I pulled her a couple of weeks ago when we had some fun on Stars in Her Eyes. And really the message is, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. So she's asking you to answer the call, Aquarius. Whatever you are kind of toying around with in your mind, it's time to act on it. And that acting may in fact be cutting that idea off at the quick and sending it away so that you're open and ready to receive the next one, or it might be movement into actually seeing it through to fruition, or getting your, hitting the ground running and just finally moving forward. So third and final sign, Pisces Moon. Pisces, y'all. Pisces Moons, you're the dreamers. You are extremely compassionate. You are the poets. Whether you use words to create that poetry, physical bodies in the act of love, you guys are poetry in motion all the way. You're a water sign. You flow. Your intuition is deeply connected to your emotions. You feel intuitively. So you're not the rational thinking. You don't sit back and say, how does this feel? This is very much kind of like a gut reaction for y'all. So Pisces moons, you are the mystics, you're the creatives, and that goes for Pisces on all three fronts. So if you see Pisces as your rising sign, you also have this aspect. Sun sign, also this aspect. Deeply sensitive, deeply diehard romantic. You know, you believe in the romance. You believe in the thrill of it all. You swim in your imagination. Pisces, so little note, if you are a mermaid fan, you are probably got some strong Pisces energy in your natal chart. Sedna is the original mermaid, and she is the goddess of Pisces, in my opinion. So how does that energy, you know, we talked about Capricorn and going into the workaholic side. We talked about Aquarius being so deeply in their head that they kind of lack connection to here on earth. So what happens when a Pisces is feeling less than ideal? You play the victim. You play the martyr. A lot of times you'll escape into some kind of an addiction. And that doesn't necessarily manifest as alcohol or drugs. That could be work. That could be the creative process. So that's something to watch out. That could be even escaping to be by the ocean or the beach. So emotionally, what your levels are, you have a big buildup. So it comes, it picks up speed, and then boom, watch out world. That being said, people are really drawn to a Pisces moon, and that can be really draining to you. And that is something that could actually create those big emotions. You experience burnout quite frequently. So who serves a Pisces moon? What energies do you want? Pisces moon, you really gel well with the other water signs. I mean, we're seeing that across the board. You like goes with like. So the Cancers, the Scorpio, and Pisces, those are the ones that really kind of get you. They will swim deeply in unconscious with you. You also are served really well by the grounding, the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're going to appreciate that kind of creative and empathetic or empath vibe that you have. Best way to nurture a Pisces moon, those spiritual practices. You are so rooted in spirit and oneness and transcendence that it serves you. It fuels, it keeps your emotions in check. And then your card, my loves, Pisces moon, Page of Swords. So this month is going to be, this upcoming month, August, is going to be a month of thoughtful optimism. So call in hope, draw in your faith, take a kind of look at what is weighing you down, eliminate it, and then what are you really looking to encourage and draw into your life over the next month. So that is round one, part one of our moon signs. Tomorrow we are going to be doing Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. So if you don't know your moon sign, like I said, message me. If you want more access, like if you want to just break open your moon sign, I am running a limited time. So this is only for the month of August. This is moon sign glory. For $49, I do a comprehensive reading of your moon sign, of the house that it resides in. So houses, that's kind of astrology jargon, that there are 12 houses in astrology, and they create containers for our life experience. So, you know, for example, house 1 is how we relate to ourselves. House 7 is how we relate to others. And so if you are a Pisces moon in house 1, you are very empathetic to your own emotions even. If you are in house 7, then you're empathetic deeply to others. And so, like I said, there are 12. So nobody's moon sign, you can all be Pisces. Everybody viewing, everybody watching can all be Pisces. But if you are all in different houses, your moon sign will manifest, or it will, you know, come to the surface differently. In addition to telling you what house it's in, I will also do a reading of the aspects. So how your Pisces moon is engaging or interacting with the other planets. So, and that is also going to be different for everybody. Nobody's natal chart is exactly the same unless you were born the same exact day, same exact minute, same exact location. How wild is that? And for August, I am offering a full chart reading, which will do your sun sign, moon sign, and ascending sign, all the aspects for $108. All right. So I'm going to post all of that in the little description. But so much fun. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for the next 3 signs. Bye.